Howdy, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. It is 4:15 on Wednesday afternoon. It is August 30th. I am just sitting here chilling, and today has not gone as planned. Not too happy about that, but trying to deal with it. When some people get in here, I'll talk about it a little bit. Once again, not very much notice because all my other planned projects have failed. Anyway, so you can see I have the G Money podcast backdrop up here. I have done some editing to my other channel. It's at Gary Golden dash the G Money podcast. I don't think I put the little dash or hyphen in the title. I'm still trying to edit that. I've had some struggles editing that, but anyway, so I see somebody is in here. Wave your hand, say hello, make a comment. Hold on, let me click on the comments here. See, hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing, sir? Oh boy, today nothing is going right today. Well, I should say nothing. One thing did go right today. I got up and did a couple. It was still really, really breezy. It's still windy down here right now. I didn't think it would still be this windy and breezy. It's still very cloudy. There's been no rain, but it's still gusting probably 25 to 30 as I'm looking out the window. And from what I could tell, it's supposed to be like that still in the morning, which surprised me because the hurricane's so far away. But, oh well, that's it. Lingering effects, I guess. But, hey, Ted, what's up? Welcome in. Ah, man. So I want to tell you guys what I worked so hard on today and preparing for it and doing my homework and trying to get the G Money podcast up. And that's at Gary Golden dash the G Money podcast. There is no hyphen in it like you see in the sign in the backdrop. Excuse me. I'm going to talk to you about the food I made that's making me belch a little bit. Really good stuff, though. Man, I got to tell you the recipe I did for that one. But so one of the high school football coaches I had coached with, we had been in dialogue, and it was kind of short notice. And he reached out, he answered, replied, and then he kind of went off the radar. And so he's a very successful high school football coach. I thought he'd be a really good podcast, and we've worked together, and there's a lot of stuff we could talk about, helping kids and things of that nature. So I thought, man, this is going to be really cool. We can do something great. And then I started thinking about it later. Hey, Ken, welcome. So I started thinking about it later. I was like, you know what? This is stupid of me. I'm doing it backwards. I realized, like, you're doing it backwards. You're not doing it the right way. So the coach I wanted to interview is also a track coach. My high school football coach, his son has coached football and track at Carson Newman for like 20 plus years. Carson Newman is Division II school, but they have like one of the top 10 or 15 track programs in the country. His son is no longer coaching football, but is still involved very much. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Still involved very much in coaching. So I'm thinking, like, man, like the coach I wanted to interview, he's a coach at Dunbar High School in Fort Myers. It's like an inner city type school, but they have amazing athletes that are speedsters. They're really, really fast. I'm like, man, that would be so stupid of me not to. So I figured, let me include my high school football coach, who we talk in a message or something, almost every day. And then he can promote his son, and then perhaps, a lot of these real good athletes from Dunbar High School can perhaps, do recruiting trips to Carson Newman. So I'm like, this is great. This is going to be a win-win. I'm so excited. I put on a collared shirt. Everything's going great. The first guy I was talking to, he never got back to me. I don't know, but I'm not saying that in a negative way. I think it's like 2 days before their first football game. And I'm 90% sure that since they didn't have school today, that they're not allowed to practice today. So maybe he's doing a lot of film preparation, stuff like that. Then I decided, okay, I'm going to restructure this, and I'm going to interview my high school football coach. And the more I thought about it, I said, you know what, that's going to work better, because I had all these questions ready for him. I'm so excited. We pick out a time. We're going to do it at 3:00. Everything's great. I send him the StreamYard link. Everything's great. And I don't see him coming in. And then he replies to me a little bit later on an email that his software does not support that technology. There we go. G-Money. Back in the toilet. I'm like, man, come on. Somebody just cut me a break. Just let me have one piece of happiness for one day, let something go right. So then I had been working on something yesterday and the day before, trying to reach out to a pilot in aviation that, was in aviation, when he worked for DSP. And he replied today, and he wasn't too keen on doing it. I guess shy, or just wants to lay low since he's left the life. And so I'm like, damn, strike out again. So then I reached out to another source, trying to reach this undercover, to reach out to a guy I was good friends with, who was big dude. He was undercover, and he was wild and crazy, and he would have awesome stories. And I find out today that he has a disease similar to my mother's. So I'm like, oh Lordy. I feel bad for him. Obviously, I feel bad for my mom. I'm like, whew, what am I, like 0 for 5? So then I reach out to another person via Messenger. I haven't heard back yet, but somebody who's a very well-known entrepreneur, has a lot of famous connections. Not that I'm trying to tie into famous connections. That's probably misunderstood. I can explain that better if I ever get the opportunity to do the podcast with this amazing lady who is an Air Force veteran, or actually was a veteran. I think she may be back in. I don't know. I need to double check the status on that. But anyway, so it was like, trying to get all these things done today. I'm getting a lot of progress done. I didn't work today, obviously, because of the hurricane and all the flooding and the storm surge. So I'm like, man, it's like, just somebody throw me a bone here, like, I don't want to just push out a podcast or talk like I'm doing right now. I want it structured and defined and to be professional. But man, it's like nothing was going right. So I found out what could be the cause for the software or the technology not being supported. And I still haven't got a reply email from my football coach, but trying to remain positive. I was like, I thought, like, I could pre-record it today and then do a nice premiere. Nope. Just nothing. Nothing's going right in that category. I will tell you about the only positive thing that did happen today was I'd had a real nice, big, meaty chicken breast, and I had that thawed out for a couple of days. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to do something in the crock pot. And I had all these, it's called Roma blend. It's like frozen vegetables. And then I had some like these fresh snack-sized baby carrots. I always love throwing them in recipes. So I put some cooking wine in the crock pot. I diced up this chicken breast, which I was surprised how much I got out of it, a lot. And then I added in that. I added in a can of cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. Then later on, I added a can of turkey gravy. I put salt, pepper, thyme, and feel like I'm forgetting something else. Oh yeah. So then as I'm watching this creation get put together, I said, you know what? I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit. So I put some flour in there. So when I started doing that, I'm like, dude, man, you should make this like a chicken and dumpling recipe. So I ran up to the grocery store and got some a little small can of the biscuits. And then rather than rolling them out, hey, 217, thanks for joining. Rather than rolling them out like some people say you do, and you just do like strips of it, I just pinched off balls and threw that into the creation and let that cook for, I don't know, a couple hours, whatever it was. But it turned out really good. I remember hearing years ago, they say not to use the buttermilk biscuits for that because it's too flaky or something. Turned out fine for me. The large thing of the biscuits, I could find that also with buttermilk and without, but I didn't need to have that much. I'm just by myself. So I went with the buttermilk and it turned out really good. Really good. I've been throwing down. Literally, I probably only have one small bowl left. I'm eating the whole damn thing by myself today. I've probably had my next bowl is probably going to be the 5th bowl. Really good stuff. If you're ever bored, that's a really good recipe to do. Very easy. And I love it. But so I wish I had more to share. I'm going to hopefully be going back to work tomorrow. I've got a lot of bills to pay. That I lost a day's pay, which doesn't help. Still a little breezy out there right now. It's coming and going, and it comes in waves, so to speak. And just chilling out. Hey, 217. I wasn't able to hang in the whole time. Did you catch any fish there, sir? How'd you do? How'd you make out? Did you catch some fish? It was a pleasure to watch you there for a little bit. But I had all these other things going on that I just talked about. So I was trying to tend to some other obligations. Plus, I had to do laundry. I've started partially mopping the floor. I got to finish that. But anyway. Oh, you caught 2. Was it 2 catfish? Is that what I know you said you're using shad. So I'm assuming you caught 2 catfish. Clue us in, let us know. Anyway, so this is it. Nothing real important to share. Just really bummed out because I'm trying to get a 3-pound channel cat and a 2-pound bullhead. There you go. That's at least your day was not a wash. That at least you caught something. That's good. Did you keep any of those? I'm assuming you're allowed to keep both of those if you want to, right? I like freshwater catfish. That's good. That's good eating. Do you ever use the when you skin those? Do you ever like nail them to a tree and use the pliers and do it that way? I know a lot of people have different ways of skinning a catfish if they do keep it. Have you ever tried that? Have you ever heard of people doing that? I've seen that. You kind of it just comes off in one big piece. That's kind of cool to know. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be up late tonight. Maybe 8:30 or 9 at max. Probably just going to try and get organized. I've done laundry and pretty much it. Just chilling. Bummed out I couldn't get the other channel up and running, in the right direction. I have all these other ideas now. I feel like I'm cursed. Like, oh my gosh. But, hopefully the other lady, the entrepreneur, will, say yes, or I don't know. I've got a bunch of ideas, but the ones I really wanted to do first they're dropping out. But all right, folks. Hope you all have a great rest of your hump day, and hope everybody is staying safe. I know the northern part of Florida got pummeled pretty bad. I watched some YouTube videos today. It's crazy. And like these people that are out there just self-reporting or even reporters. I saw one guy on a bridge right next to these condos that were getting pummeled. I mean, like just destroyed. And I'm like, just all it takes is one wave, one gust of wind, and you're done. You're in the water. You're not coming back. There's nobody there to help you. So I don't know. I just think, it's great to see that, but it's, if we're not there to help you, We all know what happens in a hurricane. So to risk your life to do something foolish like that, sometimes I wonder about these people. But all right, folks, peace out. Remember, always know your legal limits. Try and support as many people as you can. And talk to you guys later. Thanks.